people here go to Alfred State? All of you? Okay. So, did you guys know we have a Woodsman's team here, Alfred State?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I am on the Woodsman's team. I've been on the Woodsman's team for 3 years now. It got started back in 2009 by two guys, and it's actually a funny story how it got started out. Two guys transferred to here, and they had crosscut saws and axes. And they called down to the police department, and they're like, am I allowed to have these in my room? And they're like, why do you want them in your room? And they're like, well, we wanted to start a Woodsman's team. And one of the police officers here, Scott Bingham, has been known for a coach and was actually on the circuit for it back in the day. And they started this all back in 2009. And we are holding spring meet here, April 22nd and 23rd. It's a 2-day event. And Steel's gonna be here. What Steel is it's like regionals, and if you win this spot, it goes on to the next spot, and then you go up to states, and then you can move on to worldwide, where you're competing against people from Maine, West Virginia, all over the country. And ESPN2 is going to be here to televise it. And I'm here to inform you about all the different events that's going to be going on during this 2-day event. You have team events, singles events, doubles events, and triples events. In team events, there's pop toss, pack board, crosscut, bow saw, log roll, and canoeing. Pop toss is like horseshoes. Have you guys ever played horseshoes? Okay, so you have 4 different sized wood, and you throw it, and you have to get it past 2 stakes. And if you make it past 2 stakes, that's 1. First team to 48 wins. Lowest team with the lowest time wins. Packboard it's a relay event. It could be a mile and a half run between 6 people. And you would be carrying a 40 to 60 pound backpack. That's a wooden backpack with a rucksack on it. Crosscut you guys know what a crosscut saw is, right? You've ever seen the old timers out there, the old videos, black and white. Well, you cut 2 cookies. And then bow saw you guys obviously know what a bow saw is. Does anyone doesn't know what a bow saw is? Okay. And then you have log roll. Where log roll is, you have 2 stakes and you have a log. And it could range from different sizes, and what you have is called a PV. It's a metal pole, and it has teeth on one side, and on the other side it has a big hook. And you roll it down, you have to hit the poles, and then you roll it back. Pretty simple. And canoeing, it consists of, canoeing starts out it's a single. You do an obstacle on the pond, come back, and then your next single person gets in, they go around, do the obstacle, comes back, and 2 people go in it, and it's a doubles. And then it comes back to a cortage. What a cortage is, they bring the canoe up, the guy gets in the canoe, runs across the lake, jumps out of the canoe, drags the canoe up a hill to a tree. And then there's another guy at the tree that grabs the canoe, runs it out of the water, jumps it in the water, and goes across the lake. Okay, so there's all your team events. Then it moves into your singles events, which is hard hit, axe throw, super sweep, burling, stock salt, and single buck. Hard is a 10 by 10 square round log, and you stand on top of it and you H chop it, where you're cutting between your feet. And it's the least amount of hits and the least amount of time wins. Axe throws, you get 5 throws and an axe target, and the one with the highest points wins. Super sweet is what I'm actually doing at spring meet, which is you take a bow saw and you cut on an 8 by 8 4 cookies, which a cookie is 1 cut, if you guys didn't know what a cookie was. And one with the lowest time wins that one. And burling is first person to 10 rotation wins. So you get on there, you try and get to 10 rotations, and the lowest time you win. This is basically like golf, but time. Single buck is you take a crosscut saw, and it's 1 person running it through, I think it's an 18-inch log. Then there is doubles, which there is fire build, crosscut to hell, and V-chop. Fire build is you have 2 people. You get 1 log, you will get 1 piece of wood. At our meet, you're going to be able to hang the bucket. You have a bucket that has water and soap in it. First person to get that to boil over wins at the lowest time. You get to start out with 3 matches. It's strike anywhere's matches. Once you're done with those 3 matches and you can't get started, you have to run up to the judge. Like if the judge all the way across the back of the room, you got to run all the way up to him. He gives you 1 at a time. He doesn't give you 3 more. It's kind of a hard event. If you don't get it lit within 40 seconds, you kind of lose the event. And then V-chop is what is called, which is vertical chop. It's basically like what you guys think of someone cutting down a tree, a vertical tree. Someone would come in and V-chop the front side of it, the face, and then someone would come in and do the back side. And then your last events we have is called triples. You have quarter split and H-chop. Quarter split is what I'm doing. You get a log. It has a dot in the middle of it. You have to split it into 4 pieces, and there has to be a dot on each piece of wood. And then, like, I start, and then once I get mine done, the next person, and time is done. H-chop is, once again, it's kind of like hard hit. You stand on top of the log, and you split between your legs. We'll be cutting on either 8x8s or 6x6s, depending upon if you're on Jack and Jill. There's Jack and Jill, men's and women's. There's 6 people on each team. Here at Alfred State, we only have men's teams and Jack and Jill teams. We don't have enough women for a women's team. So that's what's going on at the event. Now, we're fortunate that we're actually having a concert after spring meet. Saturday the 23rd, we're having Josh Thompson, John Party, and Frank Foster up at the stadium, at the football stadium. It's $10 if you're a student, $15 if you're in the community. So that's basically what spring meet is. I hope I'll see all you guys out there supporting us.